Hey friends out there on Kickstarter land, Robert Ham here with Ham Camera. Of course, you know me. I hope I'm your favorite camera designer. I'll tell you about mine in just a minute. Today, of course, I've got a couple of announcements for you. Today is January 17th, 2018. It is your third backer update, and let's get right down into it. Time is about 9:21. About 21 hours Eastern Standard Time, which is -5 UTC. Guys, we have backers from 25 countries that brought the box back. You did that. How awesome. So it's important to know what time it is in the world where I am, because I'm the guy helping you get the camera, and it's going to be cool. So let's get right into it. We want to talk about this. Let's talk about how we say thank you. We spend so much time over here seeing these videos and looking at the updates on the Kickstarter. Have you headed over to the Ham Camera website? If you have, you may have noticed a new tab that says Box Backers at the top. Well, guess what? Go check that place out. I think you'd find a little nice Easter egg there for you. But that's all I'm going to say about that. Continuing on along, of course, we've got the roadmap tomorrow. This is very big. This is a keynote to you. You guys are my shareholders. You bought stock in the company, so to speak. You backed the box. That's a big deal. So tomorrow, 2100 hours Eastern Standard Time, which is -5 UTC, that's on the 18th. Tomorrow is your first shareholder meeting from me. I'm addressing you, our group, directly. And I've got some very important things to tell you, specifically about how we're going to continue on with the next 6 months, how we're going to go through production and fulfillment, which is great. I'm really excited to share that with you, as well as some really awesome stretch goals. You're going to be excited. Continuing on along, let's talk about where we are right now. Guys, we're at 13,900 and some change. We are going to be at $14,000 before I get through recording this. By the time you watch it, there's a possibility that we'll be at $14,500. Guys, we have overfunded 175% right now. That's because of you, and I am excited. Thank you for that. Because of that, it won't go unnoticed in my eyes, and I'm going to bring that to you much quicker than you think. Just make sure you can watch a video. For those of you that want to know, I will record the video, and I'll put the roadmap up on my YouTube channel, as well as link it in the updates so that you guys can see it, even if you can't watch directly. Before we continue on any longer, I want to talk about some questions. Question for you is, hey, is there going to be any more than one shutter speed, 1/200th of a second? Specifically, I'd like a bulb mode. Now, this question is one I get from time to time, this question and a tripod mount question and everything else. And I'd like to share with you this information. Maybe. Currently, with the way that the camera is set up to work, the tripod doesn't really make sense for us for a tripod setting because we got 1/200th of a second. And the only time we would need a tripod is if we were using a bulb mode to do something like long exposure. Although this is something that I'd like to bring to the camera, it may not be something that's going to make it to this particular model. As you know, we've already got the camera made. Our developer preview is actually going to refine this once we get it to them. Mr. Chris Gampat and Chuck Baker, if Hamish Gill, if these guys decide that we really think that we need a bulb mode, then guess what? We'll add one. It might impact some logistics for me, but we'll make sure that that impact is negligible on you. Continuing on along, I want to talk to you about a humbling experience that I had. I want to share with you something really important to me. So when I started the idea of this camera, I had been working with many different people. One camera company that had really picked me up and helped foster a career in instant film was Mint Camera. And they did so with friendship and open arms, period. I got to a point with Mint Camera where Gary Ho, Tracy, Joe, those guys, they chit-chat with me. We send each other messages, and it feels like a conversation directly. And they're across the pond. The thing that I like about it is they listen to my ideas, I listen to theirs, and we collaborate on just how people use the TL70. And that was great. It gave me an inside look at what it feels like to be a member of a team on a company that has made it, like Mint Camera. Gary Ho is I admire his work quite a bit. I look up to Gary Ho in many ways because of what he's done with Mint Camera, how it got started, what Mint Camera means, and the fact that he designed a camera and came out with it. So when I started making the NuBox and working with other people like Andre and Uncle George, I felt like I had some big shoes to fill. I thought Gary did a good job, and I really was excited that I was bringing about a camera. And I always wanted to know what he thought about it. We have talked about the camera, the NuBox, a couple times, which has been really cool. I've had a great time, but he's had very little influence on the process, which is great because that made it even more special when Gary Ho backed, at the highest funding level possible, a vintage series camera. And I bet you he wants the classic black with the... okay, it's going to have polished silver accents. How crazy is that? So when I saw Gary Ho say, "Hey, Rob, I just backed your campaign," my jaw dropped. Gary, you humbled me. You flattered me, and I totally appreciate your support. I do look up to you as a camera designer and as a businessman. I think you've done a great job with Mint Camera, and I hope that I can run a very successful company just like you have. Gary, thank you. To all the backers out there, I want you to know I'm very sincere about this, and I'm very sincere about you. I have been giving you everyday updates. I've been chit-chatting with you. I've been making sure that I get to know you, and that will become more present tomorrow. So stick around, check it out on the live stream, or find us over on YouTube, wherever you can get the video once it's posted. Guys, I'm Robert Ham with Ham Camera Company. I want to remind you that the box is back. Thanks for making it happen.